Hello friends, it's my regret that I can't be there with you today, but it's my privilege and I'm not going to miss to talk about my financial advisor Rupa, whom I fondly refer as my Lakshmi ji. My financial journey with Rupa ji. I want to tell you when it started. Somewhere in 2001, 2002, Rupaji had visited our office for investor education, and I was as usual busy and I missed it. But I think there was something underlying also. I didn't regret that time missing it because there was some intellectual arrogance, and that due to my own professional achievement, I had created own a position for myself due to my some inherent talents and my hard work in a leading company in India. And there was always a know-all attitude, and I knew. But frankly, I was financially illiterate. I had absolutely no idea as to what to do with money, what money can do, how much money I need, or for that matter, what is financial planning for my life. I came from a middle class family. There was no guidance of whatsoever, and whatever guidance was there was very conservative. We didn't know beyond NSCs and bank FDs as the instruments of investments, and the spending was also very limited. The only investment advice I got was from my elder brother. Share market was absolute taboo, though I worked in a company where a lot of people were investing in share markets, but I was not ready to take risk, and especially was afraid of downside. What will happen if I lose my hard-earned money? There were the 90s saw many scams, and there was no faith or confidence in venturing into any area other than time-tested FDs. The India story was unlocking. We were on a cusp of a growth. Markets were booming. But how to leverage that for better financial future was not known to me. I had some UTI investments, which I made every year, but they were also all negative. They were all negative returns. And I really didn't know what to do with them. I had a healthy 13 lakh rupees in my saving account. And my colleague used to chide me saying that give it to me at least for a year, I will make a 1 lakh rupee. 12% was interest rate there. Then I suddenly a bright idea came that I should invest in property. But I got a setback on my visit to one property. I met with a serious accident at a construction site, and well, that also ended. But my colleague persisted, and he said, I must meet Rupa at least once. And I met Rupaji. She was very, very aggressive, very, very aggressive. But her aggression proved to be right, over a period of time, and her advice also. Initially, I told her, though I had 13 lakh rupees, I have only 5. And I said, I will only give you 2, because I am not certain. And I said that what will happen if I lose my money? So I invested in debts and other balanced instruments. But as the time progressed, my portfolio became more diverse, and then it became really heavy on equity. In fact, today it is almost all equity. There were many ups and downs. The journey was never smooth, but Rupaji was always there. She advised to invest, not only advised to invest, but keep invested, be invested. And that assurance was very important, and I kept investing. Then came 2008. In the January of 2008, if you do all recall the kind of horror that we all witnessed, I had received in December roughly around 50 lakh rupees by way of my provident fund and superannuation settlement from my previous company. And we invested all. And within a short time, the entire value was completely wiped out. Normally, I would have panicked. I would have panicked badly. But I had faith in my advisor. She said, such ups and downs will happen in the market. Don't worry. I stayed invested, and now they say, like, now the rest is history. I will talk about Rupaji now. Rupa always communicated continuously. The engagement was not only when it came for investment, but it was always there, whether it was investment, whether it was a time for investment or otherwise. Her advice was always there. Her service is impeccable. She was always there, whether it was for filing income tax return, the information required. It was instant, immediate and prompt response. Whenever you talk to her, you have it the very next moment. I think she had invested in some kind of a software, and she was tracking all our investments. She could give any record, anytime, and instantly. There were times when one was low, when the money was not there, it was not making money. But dealing with insecurities, my family's insecurities, handling my emotions, my ups and downs, holding hand, she was always there. And I think that was very, very important. And her assurance that our affairs are on the right track was a big assurance to me, a big relief. In fact, she enjoys tremendous trust and confidence. There were times when I used to discuss options of where to invest, what to invest, as if I knew everything, or as if I knew the instruments. But well, no. Now it has almost come to a blind faith with which I invest. I just sign a check and say, I have so much of money. And the money gets invested. That faith and confidence is not just an accident. Something is which gets cultivated through a series of transactions over a long period of time with utmost transparency. I also come from a field where relationship is very, very critical, and those relationships cannot be temporary. They have to be long and lasting. Then only it is possible for you to carry out my function, my change. The continuous interaction is a hallmark for generating that trust and confidence. There were times, certain sectors didn't do well, but I didn't understand anything about cyclic movement. I didn't understand about the portfolio those funds were invested in. But she advised to hold on, or she gave advice whenever a switching was required. But the advice was on a very, very sound footing. And these advices demonstrated her expertise in her own field. It demonstrated her knowledge. It demonstrated her confidence and her awareness about the markets. That I think helps her getting respect of the investors. Trust and confidence is only one part, but respect is another. It takes to another level altogether. I feel with an investor, professional knowledge, integrity, and sincerity of purpose. They are hallmark of relationship, and Rupa aptly demonstrates all these in all her interactions. I would like to caution about the knowledge part. The knowledge is very essential, but jargon can put you off. And I must say, Rupa never resorts to any jargon. Her advice are clear and simple, easy to understand. And they always prove to be right. Well, I have spoken so much about it, but I think results speak far better. In fact, they speak the story which I am talking about. My portfolio of investment is more than 15-year-old. Some of my investments are multiplied by a factor which you won't believe are almost at times 20 over 25 times. Okay. I have given you a small table about the amounts that I invested and what they have become. I myself sometimes don't believe that money could have multiplied so much. Rupa helped me to acquire 2 house properties. The money was available in a week's time. She just asked me how much you need. She advised me what to liquidate, and money was there. And I didn't have to wait for any of that. I have about almost in my portfolio 100 schemes, and for past 6 years I have 6 SIPs which are running uninterrupted. I think I have a fairly good nest on my retirement. Though I have already supposed to have retired, but I continue to work. And there's something about Rupaji which I must say. She not only makes you to invest, but she makes you to aspire. It's not only that your kitty improves, but she also encourages you to enjoy that kitty. I would say my latest acquisition of BMW is only an example of that. It so coincidentally happened that I started reading Ascent of Money by Niall Ferguson once again. And I quote him. And he makes 2 points in his introduction to this book. One about his ignorance of financial planning among people in general. And the second one is about the ignorance about the financial market and the rewards and penalties that you can have. He says, I quote, "A society that expects its people to take responsibility for the management of their own expenditure and income after tax and expects them to own their own houses. Society leaves to the individuals to determine the kind of insurance they should have. This actually was the case with me. I had absolutely no idea as to what plan I should have for my life, which will include not only me but my family, my current life, my current needs, my future needs, and most importantly, my life after retirement. The second one is there's a lot of research in the field of behavioral finance that shows that money amplifies our tendency to overreact, to swing from exuberance when things are going well and to deep depression when the things go wrong. And that is where I think Rupa came in. Not only she allowed us to go the exuberance to go to our head, but at the same time not to get into any gloomy depression when things were not going that well. And most important part which I personally feel is that financial globalization means that there are more opportunities if you are financially literate to make an upside, and it is geography agnostic. Where you live and what you do is not important. What background you come from is not important. But if you understand to make the upside of it, you get it. And if you are financially ignorant, you will have a problem. So finally, I would say what I got from this relationship: a well-developed portfolio, a financial security and freedom, satisfaction of my economic needs at different stages in my life. And finally, I would say Rupa helped me in realizing the upside of equity market, that everybody talks, but very few know how to get it. Rupa also provided for financial planning post-retirement, about which I was so naive, and helped me in realizing the upside of the equity market, that everybody talks once again, but very few know how to do it. Thank you, Rupaji. Thank you for your endearing relationship, and I hope it will continue ever after. Thank you.